This is Misfortune Radio with New York Times best-selling author and your host, Doug Andrew.
With the recent passage of the Obama administration's long-debated healthcare reform, another hot-button issue is at the forefront, and that's Social Security. I've been telling you on Misfortune Radio that we have currently $62 trillion in unfunded liabilities. The government has obligated itself to pay out $62 trillion, and they don't have one dime of that in their coffers right now. They withheld that from our paychecks in order to pay to past people, and they thought it wasn't going to go in the red or be bankrupt until the year 2042, and then they updated that to 2017. Well, last October in 2009, the first week they paid out several billion more in Social Security and Medicare benefits than they withheld from people's paychecks. We're already there. You know, the New York Times recently reported that leaves Social Security, the other big entitlement benefits program, and one that Mr. Obama has suggested in the past that he's willing to tackle. While its looming problems are not of the scale of those afflicting Medicare, it now stands as the likeliest source of the sort of large savings needed to bring projected annual deficits to sustainable levels. Many budget analysts agree with this. Now, there is no question the nation is facing a dire situation when it comes to Social Security. The trustees of Social Security have estimated a current unfunded liability in tomorrow's dollars in excess of $100 trillion. Now, this means that the federal government has obligated itself to pay more than $100 trillion in future benefits over and above any taxes it expects to receive right now. That's how much would have to be invested, $100 trillion, at U.S. Treasury rates to pay the future liability owed to Social Security recipients who have faithfully paid into the system during their careers. Now, many Americans depend deeply on Social Security, while others who have adequately planned for retirement are not so dependent. Regardless of your individual need for the assistance, what happens to Social Security will affect all of us, because how the government decides to make up for Social Security shortage will affect taxes and future legislation. I think it's time we took ownership. Instead of relying on the government to provide for our retirement and our health and everything else, we need to take ownership. It behooves all of us to be proactive about retirement planning, so we are not dependent on Social Security or the government providing for us. And it is prudent to act now, before future legislation and potentially higher taxes cut even more into personal finances and retirement planning.
This is Misfortune Radio with Doug Andrew.